The idea that Keanu Reeves lives like he's poor is a viral simplification that has been repeated online for years, but it does not accurately reflect his actual financial situation or lifestyle, and instead blends together his personal humility, private nature, and selective public moments into a dramatic narrative that sounds more emotional than it is factual. Because in reality Keanu Reeves is a highly successful Hollywood actor with a long career spanning blockbuster franchises such as The Matrix and John Wick, earning substantial wealth over decades in the film industry. Yet what sets him apart is not a lack of money, but the way he chooses not to display it in ways typically associated with celebrity culture, as he is known for living relatively privately, avoiding excessive luxury displays, and often appearing in public settings without the kind of extravagant image that people associate with multimillionaire actors, and this has led to a widespread misunderstanding that he is somehow poor or living modestly out of necessity rather than preference, when in fact his lifestyle reflects personal values shaped by privacy, simplicity, and a discomfort with attention rather than financial limitation, and part of this perception also comes from well-known stories about his generosity, such as donating large portions of his earnings to film crews, supporting friends and colleagues quietly, and contributing to charitable causes without seeking publicity, which reinforces the image of someone who is grounded and unmaterialistic, but does not indicate financial struggle. And another reason this narrative persists is because Reeves himself rarely engages in self-promotion or displays of wealth on social media, as he is known for maintaining a low-profile personal life, often using public transportation in the past or dressing simply in everyday settings, which contrasts sharply with the curated luxury lifestyle often associated with celebrities of his level. And this contrast creates a psychological effect where audiences interpret simplicity as lack, even when it is actually a deliberate lifestyle choice. And it is also important to understand that Reeves has experienced significant personal tragedy in his life, including the loss of close loved ones, which has shaped his outlook on fame, money, and material possessions, leading him to prioritize meaning, relationships, and emotional stability over public displays of wealth, and this deeper emotional background is often missing from viral explanations that focus only on surface-level behavior, because what people see as living like is poor is more accurately described as living with restraint, privacy, and intentional simplicity despite having the financial ability to live extravagantly if he chose to do so, and in Hollywood terms, he remains one of the most bankable and respected actors of his generation, continuing to star in major film franchises and receiving significant compensation for his work, which further confirms that his lifestyle is not driven by financial necessity, but by personal preference, and over time this has contributed to his reputation as one of the most humble and well-liked figures in the entertainment industry, because fans and colleagues alike often describe him as respectful, grounded, and unaffected by fame, which is rare in an industry where visibility often becomes part of personal branding. And so the truth behind the lives like his poor narrative is not about poverty at all, but about contrast between expectation and reality, between celebrity stereotypes and individual personality, and between how wealth is typically displayed versus how one person chooses to live privately, making Keanu Reeves less an example of financial hardship and more an example of quiet detachment from material performance, showing that not all success has to be visibly extravagant, and that simplicity can sometimes be mistaken for lack when it is actually a conscious and deeply personal way of moving through the world.